I'm recording.
Sweet.
3.
It's focusing. Yes.
Oh. Wow.
Oh.
What's going on?
What's going on?
We're
We're
saving
back.
the world.
We're saving the world.
We're saving the world.
Saving the world.
That's what's
saving
happening.
the kids. Saving the people. Everything. Changing the world.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
So, Max, you saw this because of me.
Yes.
You saw an Alex Jones interview.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about saving kids.
Mm-hmm.
You reached out, and now you're saving kids.
Yep. So I'd been asking for and manifesting something about children for years. I wanted to do something for children. And the first thing I thought, because I have a lot of people I know that are in the child trafficking world and doing good things there. And my initial thought was, okay, I'm probably supposed to do something with that, but I don't know what. And I know that I said, I can do whatever is necessary, but I think I'm meant to spread love. I don't think I'm meant to do harm, even though it's necessary in many ways. So I was kind of confused on what I was meant to do, but like kind of looking for something. And there it was, the answer just right there. And I watched, I don't know where it popped up, if it was on my feed, I don't even know, because I know of you since like 4 years back. We briefly spoke online and you said we met for a reason, not thinking more about that. But I've been following your content, seeing some things, but again, I don't sit on social media and try to actively look at people's stuff because we're all busy. We don't want to do that. Why does the light keep changing? By the way,
What do you mean?
it goes bright and then darker. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Oh,
I don't know. It just did it.
Got you.
It's okay.
Because coming in and out of frame. We'll see.
Oh, that's fine. So yeah, I saw the interview, and the first thing you said that kind of caught my attention was "as above, so below," and I'm thinking, whoa, wait, what did he just say? Because it's been very meaningful to me for a long time for different reasons. And then I started listening, and then I just hear you say, "Oh, we're gonna eradicate child malnutrition," and I'm like, what? I was like, okay, I need to listen more, and I listened through the whole thing, and most of my life I've been very I never liked doctors, so I wasn't diagnosed, but I'm sure I had ADHD, hyperactivity, all this stuff. So sometimes I get very spaced out in my mind, and it's difficult at times to like really pay attention to watching something or listening to something.
Yeah.
But I definitely listen through all of that. Like something has to really wake my attention for me to pay attention like that. Or my brain would just sort it out. And I was like, wait, he said, at first he said as above so below, then he said children, and then he said something about aloe vera. I was like, I love aloe vera. And I was like, I need to know more. Like, what is this? And then I messaged you, I said, can we talk? I want to know what this is. And we had a call, and you explained everything, and you sent over videos to me, but then I was busy, a lot going on these weeks. So I remember I was like kind of watching every night, watching videos, reading, getting very interested, and I ordered products very early because I was like, okay, I need to try what this is. I'm all for it. I like the videos. I like the research. I believe in it. But now let's see, because I always have to try things on myself. I would never in my life speak of something I haven't tried. I'm not saying you can't, but I don't think that you can be like genuinely and share the right energy with somebody if you haven't experienced it.
Yes.
I don't believe you can just read yourself to information.
Yep.
I don't believe so. That's why I don't believe in really the school system and like people educating themselves to become doctors, whatever it is. I'm not saying it's bad, but I think you truly have to live something. And I've been through a lot of health issues and injuries and a lot of freaking suffer in my body, and that's how I've become who I am. And I did so much work, and I felt pretty damn good when I started the food technology here, but it's like the things you didn't even think about, the things you were kind of like, fine, this is just life, I can live with this. Some of this discomfort and struggles, I can just live with it, and it just keeps disappearing. Slowly but surely.
Every week I hear something new from you.
Yeah.
And every week you have a new person have something good to say. You have someone that was we just did a live with Skunkle Phil. You had someone come on and say, I have been on the program for 2 days, and she's saying, I didn't take my ouch pill. which is massive. She
Yeah.
said for 20 years or something like that, she's taken some stress pills. And she took our, anti-cortisol and anti-stress drink, and she feels better. And she's noticing it immediately.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting what happens when you have actual science, and I guess that's why I got started.
Yeah.
I heard about the food technology after an injury, brain injury. My buddy said, you have inflammation of the brain. I was wrestling at the University of Minnesota. They told me I'd never compete again. I was out for 3.5 months. 2.5 weeks later, I'm medically cleared to wrestle. So I said I could share this with everybody, because I know a lot of people dealing with head injuries.
Yeah.
Especially in sports. So shared it with my dad, farmer, grew up adopted on a farm, and he had bad shoulders, bad knees, and in his first month and a half, he was able to lift his left shoulder above his ear for the first time since high school football. My aunt had to give up piano due to some discomfort in her hands, and she was able to start playing piano again. So these are some of the stories that 10 years ago we took and started to share with the world. And here we are now with you, the next generation, saving children. Because to me, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
The most important part of all this is that as we're helping people, the buy one, nourish two. It's everything. When I heard Sam Castor talk about that and how we were going to eradicate malnutrition from, the planet, that's when I, like you, said, if this is real, I'm going all in.
Yeah.
Especially if I can help people.
Yeah.
And you've done that. So talk about some of your favorite stories.
Yeah. But first of all, I'm going to say, when I started this, it was never about improving my own health, because I had done so much work to the point where I felt so good.
You told me. I felt good. I don't know what this is going to do for me. Yeah.
I believed in it, but so I asked her, but how am I supposed to know?
Yes.
Because I've already done so much work and I don't have any major things anymore. I live an extreme life, right? I do so much recovery work, and I train so perfect, and I sleep like just the way I should, and I sleep on my back, and I do all this stretching routines, and I eat so clean, like fanatic, right?
I just told you to work out.
Yeah, and you said, well, just pay attention when you train. And then I said, I have not even said, like, I've had a permanent tear in my shoulder for like 11 years. And that one I have not even mentioned to you. I don't even feel anything in my shoulder.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's massive.
And so, just to quickly say what I had. So when I started the food technology, I said in the beginning, I didn't really notice anything major in the beginning. But my first real wow experience was I started the Acemannan beta-lane technology first. And then a couple of weeks in, I learned more about the diosgenin, the wild yams hormone regulating product. And because I don't remember when you first talked to me, you said, make sure you try this Acemannan, this beta-lanes. That's like your top. I was like, okay, I ordered those. Then I heard some story or something about that one. So I got the diosgenin. And in only 2 weeks, my progesterone used to drop. So I'm a professional athlete. I do my blood work all the time. And once in a while, it doesn't happen like every month, but once in a while, my progesterone will go really low. I will super swollen when I'm ovulating or in my fertile week. Super swollen, sore breasts, and pain. But listen, pain doesn't bother me. And I can say it in this way, right? But I was really busy. And then just suddenly one day I'm thinking, wait a second, am I not it's been a while since I had my period, but I haven't gotten swollen yet. Maybe I'm completely off on the days, because I would know right away. I'm like, this is, there's no questions about what's going on in the body. And I look on my app and I'm just like, wait, it happened already. I didn't even know. It's like, God, I gotta look at the app more often now. I was like, no swelling, no water retention, no sore boobs, nothing. And if any woman is listening, if you had these things going on that I had, that you just wake up one day and your boobs are like 3 times the size, which isn't necessarily a horrible thing, but they also hurt a lot. So you don't want anybody to squeeze those. And there was just nothing there, absolutely nothing. And then my period has gotten better. it wasn't horrible before, but I'm only bleeding for like 2.5 days now. And like on the day, it's on the dot. And I had an irregular period for almost my entire life. Almost my entire life, it's been irregular. I never knew what day it was going to start. Now it starts on the day it's supposed to. And that was like 2 weeks I started happening. And then after that, I started realizing, you know, like my injured knees that have been a struggle for me for so long had no discomfort. And this is maybe, I don't know, I'm going to say it was really, really, really good after maybe 2 months. But I think too, it's like creeping up on you. And then I just went to the gym one day and realized that my grip strength, because of my fake arm here, and overworked the other wrist because this one didn't work, my hands were just really weak and my wrist would always hurt. So I was using peptides, which would help with the discomfort. So I didn't really have discomfort for as long as I was using the peptides. But when I started a product, because I like to be extreme, I stopped the majority of my vitamins and I stopped the peptides because I wanted to know what it did. I have not touched the peptides in months. They're just sitting there. I'm like, wow, do you know how much money I just saved? Like anyone who uses peptide know it costs a bunch of money, depending on, you know, how much you use and whatnot. I was using mine every day because I had discomfort every day. So that was major, and I'm still experiencing that. And I said, I didn't think my skin was bad, but I pulled up a picture of myself a year ago when I had Botox in my face, and now I don't have Botox. Over a year, no Botox. And I compare them. I was like, damn.
It's not even close.
I look so much better now without the stuff in my face than I did back then with it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then starting to talk to people, and the first one, well, there were a couple of friends I you know, got to order at first, but my first real major story of a person that I didn't even know was this man that had bone marrow cancer. Told me that, and I said, and how it happened, I had a post on my Instagram. I wrote to people, what is your purpose with life? And I'm, you know, it was a very popular post. It actually got a lot of engagement. People were writing their purpose in life. Some people didn't know, and some people, you know, good answers. It was all good answers. But this man said, hi, my name is this is my age, and my purpose in life was to serve the country. You know, I was military, blah, blah, blah. I did what I was supposed to do, and now my days are over. And I was like, what? That's weird. Like, what does that mean? So I messaged this man and said it was just meant to be that way. And he told me later that this was just a sign from God. But I said to him, okay, what does that post mean? Like, what did you mean with that? And he explains to me, I have bone marrow cancer. Nobody's here I can't get help from anybody. The doctor said it's a matter of a couple of weeks, maybe. And I said, I've posted his first message and then his message now. It's been 8 weeks now, and he hasn't had a blood transfusion in like over 3 weeks. He used to get them every 2 to 3 days. That was what was keeping him alive. And also, he brought the food technology to his doctor, and actually the nurse tried to take it away from him, but the doctor, and I said, anyone who is a doctor and actually look at what it is would probably be perfectly fine with their patients using this.
We have a lot of doctors.
Yes, we have a lot of doctors, and we have the science. So they know that this isn't going to affect what they do. Whether people decide to do the modern medicine treatments or not, they can use this either or.
Because we don't treat, heal, cure, or mitigate any disease. We help the body. Acemannan. Yeah. All the researchers right here. Right here. And Acemannan helps activate the body's immune system. That's all it does.
Yeah, so I remember I went I jumped on a call with this man, and I mean, this is extreme now. This is a very extreme case. He doesn't know if he's going to live. And he just said, well, it feels like, you know, life has given up on me. Like, this is it. There's nothing they can do. They have no solutions for this man anymore. So I said, well, are you ready to leave? And he said, I don't know, maybe. I said, well, if you are, then I hope your life was beautiful, and wherever you go, it's great. But if you're not ready, would you watch a video? I said. Sent him a video, just a quick, short, few-minute video explaining what this was. And he messaged me back after like 2 days. He said, I don't want to die. I'll do whatever you say. So I said, let's go on a phone call. And I called him. I said, hey, I'm just a friend. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm none of the sort. I'm just going to share some information with you. And you tell me, you know, if you do this or not. So obviously I talked about everything with him. I talk about lifestyle and food and mindset, meditation, and the food technology. And he didn't tell me until later on, but apparently just a couple of weeks before I reached out to him, he has seen a video about this, the food technology, and saved it because he wanted to look into it. So when I reached out, he was just like, this is a sign from God. He put you there in my DM for a reason. So I sent him, and this person was only on the Acemannan, nothing else. But because this was extreme, I said, obviously take a lot of this. Like, we're going to do everything we can. So this person was doing maybe between 10 to 20 servings a day.
Wow.
Yeah, because, it's very extreme. We got to see, what we can do. And after only a couple of days, that was the first message I got from him. Hey, I feel pretty good today. I was like, what? I was like, okay, well, keep doing you. I also told this man, just for the record, that I told him, so he had a friend that had a farm. So I said, you're going to go and buy your food at the farm. You're not going to go to the grocery store for your groceries because we want to be sure we're not putting more damage into your body, right? Luckily, this was possible for him and it was very available nearby. So it was easy for him to change that. I'll send him a lot of meditation. I'm like, we're going to manifest the shit out of this, And then after a few weeks, I keep checking in on him and he feels better every time. One day he was like, yeah, I feel really good today. I was like, wow. But he also, on our first call, he was like, whatever happens, it's nobody's fault. I was like, I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, this is crazy. And now I got that message only probably a week ago where he said, I have now gotten a blood transfusion in 3 weeks. And the doctor thinks that I don't need to come back anymore. And I'm like, beautiful. This is insane. This person is 67 years old. Beautiful. He has so much life left though, but because of what we've taught, a lot of people think that 67, that's old. That's about the end of your life. That's not weird, right? But it's not. It doesn't need to be that way. This is because of the world we live in and the food and the chemicals and everything.
Even Elon Musk says that the people who are in charge of our medical system are a practicing death cult. And when you really think about it, why would you ever tell somebody that they have this much time to live? Yeah. Who are you to be the judge of
exactly.
that? It's very interesting, especially when God gave us everything that we need on the planet to make ourselves better. And people are starting to figure out about, things like Shilajit, CMOS, you're talking about peptides, CMOS, all these different superfoods are now becoming popular that people like Dr. Sebi, made popular. And the more people are starting to figure out more about diet, taking things out of your diet, mostly chemicals, mostly toxins. And oh, wow, here we go. Now we have food technology that we can introduce to the world that biohacks the body back to optimal. And if you're not biohacking in today's world, you're behind. Because the food has no nutrients, the soil has no density to it.
Also, they've brainwashed us to think, and I mean, I'm a competitor. Don't get me wrong, I weigh my food.
Yeah, of course.
But, and for like my entire life of competing, which, it's not that long, but my life of living this way, I always told people, I don't count calories. Yeah, and people said, what? What are you talking about? No, don't get me wrong. I track my food, I said. But that's not the same as calories. For me, it's important what protein how much protein and what quality protein do I get in? What fats do I get in and what carbs and whatnot do I get in? And I think the priority for any person out there should not be to start counting your food. It should be to find real food first. So I said, I'm a health coach and I know that there are definitely people that have joined on board with me and like, this isn't going to work for me because, I want to do this kind of diet because we're so trained to think, oh, you're supposed to eat this little calorie. There's so many women out there that eat so little food. And I was like, it's insane. Your body is like screaming for help. You're not losing body fat because your body's you're trying to save you for its life. Like it's just holding on to everything here. Nothing is working. I said, first priority should not to weigh your food. I'm not against it. Again, I do it. But that should not be your priority. Your priority should be to look at what you're eating. Okay, you're eating this meat and this fruit and this whatever. Where are you buying it from? What is it actually? Maybe instead of you eating less food, you should simply just switch out that steak you bought and buy it somewhere else. It might be that simple. So the priorities has to come in that way. And that's why I'm like, I'm not your typical coach. I don't want girls to come to me and all I do is cut their calories and call it a day. Like, I cannot do that.
Yes.
I am here to help people find the proper stores and farms to buy the food from. That's what I do.
And that is why you have found, in my opinion, Acemannan, because again, if we're talking about top quality products, top quality food, well, you also should incorporate top quality food technology.
Yes.
Like Acemannan, like Betalin. And if you've never heard of these things, well, there's probably a reason. So now you can hear about these things and be informed, because information is power. And a lot of people learn to live with things that they don't have to live with because they don't have information on how to change it, and we can now help them change that. So
yeah. And I've completely rearranged my order of, if somebody comes to me and wants help with health, I think it's important to buy better quality food, but I also understand that for a lot of people it's not that easy to make the switch. So let's say you come to me and you're not eating great. I will introduce the food technology first, because that way your body can start getting nutrients in through the food technology. You get better, you feel better, and because of its benefits such as like regulating blood sugar, making your gut work better, metabolism, everything, you're going to notice good results even before you start changing your entire lifestyle, right? Meaning that now you're going to feel better, you're going to get more motivated and optimistic, and since it regulates your blood sugar, you're probably going to get less cravings for garbage too. So starting that first, you get some nice experiences. Okay, now we can talk about other things. Now maybe we can look at other foods or whatever, but it's going to help people improve even before they make those changes.
Acemannan, at the end of the day, is a super nutrient found in the food. It's a super molecule found in the food. And again, when we start educating people that the food has everything that they need to optimize what their body already does, we win. So we just have to educate people that they have the power in them, which is mindset, as above, so below.
Yeah.
As above, so below. When you start thinking differently, you start feeling differently. But if you're eating poor quality food, you can't feel better, because you're only going to, shall we say, vibrate at your lowest limiting belief. And if you are putting foods in your body that are lowering your vibration or making it harder for your body to become optimal, well, then you have to have food technology to incorporate to help get you back on track. So biohack your body and save kids.
And did I actually, because obviously what the food technology, we always say, it helps increase stem cell production, helps reduce inflammation in the body, helps the immune system rebuild, and help the gut get better. But there are so many things that we haven't even really addressed. So I actually just want to read a few things, because we have studies on basically anything. So when people come and ask, they say, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. Would it help with this? So we have an entire research, public research that we can share with people. And just a few things that people can read about is like liver support, helps your liver, autoimmune. People have autoimmune, which is so common. I know everything, a lot of
at the end of the day,
people.
is autoimmune.
Yeah, it is. Inflammation, blood sugar, neurological, which is massive, thyroid, gut, radiation. I think we need to talk more about that it actually helps protect the body against radiation. Absorption, allergies. Allergies is, I think almost everybody has allergies. I used to have allergies. I used to be allergic to dust. I mean, you're basically allergic 24/7. There's dust everywhere, and I would be fanatic about cleaning my house and shit. I can't have carpets. I have a freaking rug on my floor right now. I would never have that before, because I could never breathe. Also, when you can't breathe, you can't meditate. There's so many things you're missing out on. Animals, yes. So many people, and maybe they just like, but I can't get rid of my dog. Of course not. You can't.
You can optimize
so they just
your immune
suffer
system
and take medication for it, which you don't need. And I had some great stories from my friends Joshua and Roxy that had Josh had asthma after COVID and didn't have smell. Roxy had horrible allergies. I think 11 years on 3 allergy meds and inhaler. Both of them. Joshua, after 2 weeks, stopped using his inhaler and got his smell back. And Roxy, I think she stopped her allergy meds after 4 days.
Yep.
And now she's on a couple of weeks, no allergies. So now they gave it to their son, who also has allergies. Horrible. Vascular health, bone health, animals. You can give it to your animals. Since we donate the same food technology to children around the world, malnourished children, which are extremely vulnerable and extremely sensitive, and putting it in their food so they rebuild their immune systems, meaning that this is safe for anybody. Your children. I actually had a story only a couple of days ago. My friend's daughter had some sort of skin thing going on, and I mean everywhere, the entire body. So for the first day, she gave the child half a serving of betalains. Woke up the next day and there was nothing left. But I think it wasn't like necessary. So I think this was some sort of extreme case. So now I said, because I had a lot of testimonials from children where they have really bad eczema and stuff. So they actually took the capsule, open it, and put it on the children's skin, like mix it with coconut oil or something, and just put it on their skin. And it's like going away. We're talking days, a day, hours even. I saw somebody. Collagen helps collagen metabolism. Skin support. Skin is the major one. That's the one I already knew about before I even talked to you, because I used to use frozen aloe plant in the past and like put it on my skin, so I know it was good for it. But now everything on your skin is coming from the inside, unless you get a bite or something. And but everything comes from the inside.
And everything that's beneficial in the aloe vera plant is found on the inside.
Yes.
Henceforth, you can't just put an aloe vera plant on your skin and get the Acemannan, because it essentially dies after you cut it open within minutes. So you have to use science to pull out the Acemannan.
And the same our technology, one serving is equivalent to 8 gallons of aloe juice, which you can't drink that. That would be horrible for you.
Yes.
So we've only extracted the good parts of it. And the last I had was kidney support. Dental. That one. We say there's so many things that we have barely even spoken about that are major.
Industries? So think about what you just said.
Yeah.
How many industries does that cover? And if you were to think about how much those industries cover as far as, wealth generation. Yeah. All that is over $1 trillion industry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a woman. I'm sure that if you think about like beauty and stuff as a woman, we have more expenses. Probably. I mean, I said I used to do Botox, and then you have like fillers and skin products.
But what if you don't have to do that?
Yeah.
What if you don't have to do that? What if you can just de-age naturally? Tony Robbins in Life Force, his new book, talks about the way to de-age is to lower cellular inflammation and to pump your body full of stem cells. What does Betalain and Acemannan do?
Exactly.
Both of those things. So again, and he says the next $1 trillion industry will be the de-aging industry. So I just said, and I just mentioned, that you just read all of those industries combined would probably be worth $1 trillion. Now, when you talk about de-aging, that could be a couple $1 trillion industry. To me, I've been telling people for the last 10 years that this will be the biggest company on the face of the planet when people start figuring out what we do, when they start understanding the science behind what it is that we have our hands on. This will be massive. So not only can we eradicate childhood malnutrition when 3 million people decide to participate, but what's the next thing that we could fix? They say that we could fix homelessness in America. I think it was for like $30 billion or something like that. And we've sent way more than that overseas to other countries. Yeah. We've done everything from, there's companies that have generated $30 billion that could just give it. That could just give it to America. So now we're not only helping people biohack their body through lifestyle products with incredible food technology, we're saving children, and then our model, we always are helping someone. Yeah. So what happens when we eradicate malnutrition after 3 million people get on this product line? What happens then when we can go, okay, let's fix homelessness now. Yeah. Let's fix this issue over here. We can do that. There is no limits, and all we got to do is help people get healthy.
Yeah. That's it. And so like everyone can participate, and everyone can do what you and me do. And I think some people are watching and they're thinking, oh, but you guys, you are doing this and you're famous or whatever they think. I've said, I haven't been known for that long.
Danny's made seven figures here.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Danny has made 7 figures here.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have a social media presence.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have a big, massive following.
Mm-hmm.
She has a very modest following, and she's built this all out of her living room and on the phone in her part-time spare time the last however many years. So if you could make 7 figures working 2 to 4 hours a week, simply talking with your friends or hanging out with people like, Max or your friends, and then sharing information with them, and then helping them get healthy, and then watching that ripple effect get bigger, you would probably do that. That's the thing. I think everybody would probably do this if they understood how simple it was, but people don't understand how simple it is. Can you put me or Max on a call, or both of us on a call at the same time, and have us answer all of your friends' questions for you to make money? Yeah, you could probably do that. You just don't understand how it works. That's how it works.
It's so simple.
We share information. We work for you. The only way, and this is why this model is so brilliant, is because for me to be successful, I have to help you.
Yeah.
So I get on these calls. I talk to people for you so that you can then learn the information. Now you know it and you're doing it yourself.
Yep.
I only have to help. You only have to help get to a certain level. This is real education.
Yeah.
This is the real school system. This is how it should work. Share the information that you have that's beneficial. There was a lot of people sharing information on the TV screens for the last 4 years that didn't end up benefiting people's health, that actually might have hurt people, that we're finding out now. And when you have information that can change someone's life, when I hear someone say, I'm dealing with this, I feel I have to share.
You're obligated,
I have to. Otherwise, to me, I feel like that's a sin.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a sin to have something that could benefit you, and you're complaining about something and not share it. Now, some people just complain to complain. We know that.
Yeah,
some people just complain to complain. But if you actually have a desire to change, like Skunkle Phil, he wanted to change. He wanted to find a way to stay clean or sober, and now is the healthiest he's ever been his entire life. Because I shared information, and he had that burning desire where he's like, I want change. Your man was on his deathbed. He said, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah.
It has to, when someone is ready to be provided an answer, you were looking for an answer. How can I save children? I believe that's when God and the universe provides to those that are ready. I was going to commit suicide. And I looked up at God the night before, or the night that I chose not to, and I said, give me a sign. The next day, the gentleman reached out to me who told me about this, who said, you have inflammation of the brain, and I got something for you. You have to be willing to surrender and accept what you do not know, and be willing to actually make change. And if you're willing to make change, the Hope Movement is here to provide hope to all.
Yeah.
And that is what we do.
And it's so simple, and people think that, because when I spoke to you, I learned about it. I tried the product. I felt it. Okay, I'm all in. Let's do this. I want to save kids. I want to do everything. I didn't know the science when I started. I read it, but I didn't know it enough to be able to speak like I do now, right? So I just signed up, which anyone can do. You can just sign up. And then you said to me, what do you need from me? How do we do this? What can we do? So we started going live together, and we started doing Zoom calls, right? All somebody has to do is just tell your friends, hey, everybody knows a person or family or friends or something that is struggling with something health-wise. Everyone knows somebody. All you got to do is say, hey, I just learned about something here. Either you say, oh, I used this and it worked really well on me, and I think that you should check it out. Easy peasy, right? Or somebody has knows somebody and that maybe is going through something different than them, then maybe their result isn't enough for them to see. And they said, hey, I know somebody that might have a solution for you.
Yes.
Would you be open to hearing them out? That's all you got to do. All you got to do is put them on a call with us, send them to a Zoom call or an Instagram live, whatever platform works best for this person. I'm happy to do private calls with people because maybe they have a lot of questions. That's perfectly fine. We'll talk, we'll share the information. And I don't think I've talked to anybody at all to this day that said, hell no. I have not heard that. Has everybody jumped on already? No. But everyone has been very curious, and the people that didn't jump on board already has come back with more questions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it is. They need to be reassured. So I always tell people, what do you need to be reassured? Do you like science? Do you like videos? Do you like to talk to other people that had the same problem? What do you need?
Real science never changes. Let me say something.
Yeah.
Real science never changes.
Mm-hmm.
And there was people that were saying that they had science, again, over the last 4 years, that kept changing.
Yeah.
And real science never changes.
No.
For the last 10 years, I've been saying the same story. You can go fact check me at any point in time. Over the last 10 years, the science has not changed. And we have continued to help people. And so ask you if that's a brilliant point, is we can provide the answers, and the testimonials alone can provide the, can I do this? Yeah. What is this? Is this real? Mm-hmm. Can I do this, and is this real? Yes.
And it has they have gone through the whole process of trying to make this a medication, but it cannot be because it has no toxicity.
LD50.
Which medication needs to have it at some level degree,
drug,
right?
Yep.
So there is no side effect of it.
Yeah, because it's food. The body knows food, it doesn't know chemical.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So, and I haven't even seen, I mean, I've seen a lot, and there are so many stories from people, and it's I get goosebumps when I listen. I've been talking to a lot of people, and they share their stories, and there's so much of it. And all we're trying to do right now is kind of organize it, because there's so much of it. Mm-hmm. And we just need to bring all these people out and to tell their stories.
And that's all we're doing. And that's why it's working. And that's why you're killing it. You get to go see the kids. You've made, last week, I think you made right around $1,500 for the week. And some people might hear that and be like, wait, what? How much?
Yeah,
and that's part-time.
I've just started. And also, I want to point out that, yes, I have a following on social media, right? Mm-hmm. But because of, I was very vocal after the pandemic, and I got shadow banned. I got pandemic. Can we not say that word?
We can say that word.
So I got shadow banned and censored. I've even lost my accounts. Mm-hmm. I actually got it back, but I lost it. So my page cannot be recommended to non-followers, and even my followers can't see me unless they actually go to my page. Yeah, it's the same thing. So if people think that just because I make a post, people buy things,
they see it?
Absolutely not.
I get 7 viewers on my story with 50,000 followers.
So we probably have less reach than a person with 500 followers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It might sound crazy, but it's the truth. And I always tell people that the people that actually
come on our lives and see. You can. I've had you. We both went live, which means that you broadcast out to both of our followings.
Yep, we still have
and we
10
have
people.
10 people watching. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Do the math. 50,000. And you get 5 viewers. What's the percentage of that? Use your heads. Think about that.
And then people, all these accounts come out, your profile is fake because you get no reach. No, I'm going to say this. If you get a massive reach, you're probably sharing nonsense. Yeah. So I don't trust anybody that has a massive reach at this point, because then you're not sharing real good stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying everyone is bad that has a reach, but you're not truly making a difference.
This is why we're the influencers, because again, if everybody had this information, we could eradicate malnutrition overnight. And I get so annoyed, and the reason I do everything that I do, including fight mixed martial arts and put my life on the line to get this message out there, is because I see that this could be the solution for not only millions of Americans and millions of people around the world, but we could save the world's children overnight if everybody had this information. Yet we have these influencers going viral for doing TikTok dances. We got these influencers and these celebrities talking about things that don't matter, and they're getting platforms and millions of dollars while pushing products that actually hurt people, that actually hurt children. Some people, told you to do things that they were recommended by professionals. Then these professionals aren't as healthy as you or I, but yet they have this title. And because they have this title, they can get people to potentially believe in the things that they're saying, when those people don't obviously care about you. And we can see that from certain trials that were just happening on the internet, where people are like, yeah, we made up some of those guidelines We didn't really have all the information.
Yeah.
We just thought it was the best thing that we could come up with at the time.
Yeah.
So they lied. Certain people have been proven liars, and you and myself, some people have tried to flame us maybe in the past for trying to share information. But if you look at Skunkle Phil gets tears in his eyes every time we go live. Yeah. Every time he tells a story, he says, Joel saved my life. Why? Because I wanted to. Because I felt terrible for him, because I saw he felt terrible, and I knew that I could change his life if I gave this information to him. And lo and behold, a year later, he's healthier than he's ever been. People are hopping on our live this morning saying, Skunk, yeah, I knew you like a year ago, and you definitely, I see the difference. It's crazy. You got a gentleman who's now reaching out to you saying you saved his life because you gave him information. So anybody can say whatever they want to about us. But how you really know somebody is what other people who are close to them say. This man only knows you as a savior. Skunkle Phil only knows me as someone who's been fighting for children. And Skunkle Phil's my guy, behind Where's the List? Where's the List was the anthem for something that was all about saving children, right? And so it's very interesting how now we're all coming together for one cause, to help people, to save children. And we're going to do it. We're going to save the world's children. We're going to save millions. And it's going to be a beautiful story.
Yeah. And I really want to say is that if people are just struggling and they're going through a lot of health issues and they just want to feel better, that's great. And the thing is, that's all you should do. All you got to do is start the product, improve your own health, and then you're helping the children while you do so. And the man that I helped that was not supposed to be alive, I didn't tell him until now. Like maybe a week ago, I said, did you know, by the way, that you saved your own life, but you also saved children while you did this? And he's like, wait, what? I said, yeah, just so you know, you saved other people's lives while you use this product because we sent the same thing. And he was like, oh my God, that's fantastic. So it's like, that's maybe not the first thing you think about when you're dying, obviously, but that's beautiful. Like, you're helping yourself, but you're helping these children too. And people think out there, oh, I can't do anything, or I can't, how often we see these things, you go in a store and it says, do you want to donate to the kids? I mean, I've done it too. You click no, right? First of all, I don't know if I trust it. That's a different story. Same. But let's say it's legit.
I don't.
We probably all click no.
I don't trust Hillary Clinton in Haiti. What?
Yeah. Right. I mean, like, we've all probably clicked no, not just for the not trusting reason, but because we didn't have money for it. Yeah. But you can do this now.
Replace spending, save money, get healthy, save children. Let me say this one more time. Everybody listen, please. Replace spending, save money, get healthy, save children. That's it. That's all we do.
Maybe we have some of these stories. I mean, just look at, I know people probably, either they're spending a fortune on health insurance, which is probably going to be able to change soon, because soon you'll be healthy enough. I said, wasn't it Joe that said that his life insurance went down like hardcore because he's 46, but his blood work is showing he's 26?
Yep.
I mean, imagine, it's just like, if people really think about it, do you know how much money you're going to save?
Facts.
They say, oh, I don't know if I have money for this product or not. What are you spending on right now? Yeah. I had, actually, this is like true person in my DM. I don't know if we can afford this right now. I said, what are you taking right now? Can you show me? This person sent me a picture of their vitamin cabinet. You have 47 bottles in there. What does that cost? Please tell me. What does that cost? Or medications. Because even if people have health insurance, it's not free still. You're still paying for it in some way. And some people are on like 14 medications. And not just that, you're on the medication. Okay, let's say that you are the person that is getting health care for free. Let's just say that. Okay, there are those people, right? You're probably spending a lot of money transporting yourself to the damn doctor back and forth all the time, are you not? Well, it's going to cost you somewhere.
Well, talk about cost. What about all the side effects to the medications that then put you on other medications that have side effects on? So here you are with 6 different bottles trying to treat one thing that's not getting down to the root cause. And while we focus on root causes. Wait a minute, the inflammation is the problem in all of this. So why wouldn't you just take Betalin technology? And not only, and you say, well, you guys are trying to get us and keep us on your products too. Yes, but over the time that you take our products, you de-age and you get healthier. And
you're helping all these kids.
And you're helping
at
children.
The same time.
And so what, you don't want to feel better?
And
you don't want to have more energy?
But the person that says that, what if you tell 3 of your friends that you know that are health problems. We talk to them, they buy something. Now, first of all, you're not paying for your own products, and you're also getting a commission check. I don't pay for my products. I did right in the beginning, and now I just ordered a whole freaking pharmacy full of items because I want to be able to sample to people. I've actually even, when I first started this, I said it wasn't about the money. All the money I made my first few weeks here, I just bought products for my stubborn friends that didn't want to try. So I was like, then I'm going to buy it for you.
And you need to stop that shit.
I know.
Now you need to stop that shit.
Well, now I need to stop it.
You have too many stories and too many testimonials where it's just like.
Well, now I am stopping.
Yes.
And everyone that I gave product to has a great story now.
Yep.
And now they want to have it.
Yep.
Now they want to get it.
Yep. And now they should find 3 people to share this with so they get free product and they can start making a little money on the side. Why wouldn't you want to make, if you could make $120 extra a week?
And the cool thing is now I've started getting the people that own their own clinics.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just think about it. So, you know, a person, and then it wasn't even, intentional. I talked to this one person that, and everyone's different. So this person is a science person, right? Because they work with these things. I only had to say, and I don't know if I ever pronounced this word right, macrophages? Macrophage?
Yep.
I swear I just said that sentence and he's like, I mean, so everyone takes things differently. Everyone needs different things and is now fully committed and on board. And imagine now that this person, do you know how many people this person speaks to? And, or even, actually, I have a really great story. So I have a guy that I used to go to for deep tissue treatments. I tell him about all of this and he's like, this is very interesting. I'm curious about it. But either way, long story short, he didn't jump on board with it. But he works on a lot of people all day long. And he already told 3 people he worked on about me and sent them over to me. While one of them is the person that owns a big clinic. So now I'm going to go back to my friend and say, hey, why didn't you jump on board? All of these people that you sent my way, thanks for that, by the way, could have been yours, your commission checks, and your children to save. Yeah. But you sent them to me. So it's like, even though people they don't think it's going to benefit them, you're planting the seed there.
So think about this, 10 years from now, 10 years from now, let's say we eradicate malnutrition. And this is how one of my mentors explained it to me. He came out of retirement after 30 years of being retired to do this because he understood what you understood and what we were talking about earlier and put all these industries together and then think about the food technology. If you're looking at this from a business standpoint, first off, you want to have a product that nobody else has, proprietary, like nobody else has what we have. Secondly, would people buy this without having to sell it? Yep, absolutely. So now when you have something that nobody else has and you take away the competition, and then you have something that people would buy even if they weren't going to sell it. Now 3, you look at the industries that you impact or that you disrupt, because this is disruptive technology. Inflammation is a 500 billion plus year industry. Everything that you read on that informational,
and that's just fractions of what we got. Yes. We just said some of it.
So again, what we said earlier, $2 trillion. Okay, if we build this company, because it's so early, right? Yeah. If we built this company in 10 years and had 1% of a $2 trillion company, and we were the reason for 1% of their growth, we never have to do anything ever again.
No.
That's generational wealth. And that's what people are missing out on is, look, this dude sends you 3 people. What if that clinic led to 3,000 people? And one of those people, one of those 3,000 put this was 5% of that $2 trillion potentially that this could be. What did you miss out on? Because you just didn't want to do something because maybe you didn't understand the model, you didn't like it. And that's why I educate people on everything.
I think too, if people truly actually looked at it, because I said, I am also guilty of this. Sometimes you get something and you don't fully actually look at it. Yeah. You just make an assumption before you even take a look. If
How
you
many people
really
did that
look,
kill? Wait, respectfully.
Yeah.
How many people did that kill in the last 4 years?
Yep. People don't looking into things.
I mean, Here's the greatest sin to me. We are conscious beings. Okay? You have a consciousness, you are aware, consciously aware. They say enlightenment is being consciously aware.
Yeah.
So you not using your conscious awareness to become better or look at information that could not only impact you, but impact another person, to me, that is the greatest sin. Because to me, God is experiencing everything through us. And wisdom is experience. Experience is wisdom. So if you don't seek the knowledge that you're given that could impact your life, that could also impact another's, you will be held accountable. Just like the same people that were saying, hey, take this thing that has a blank insert.
Yeah.
That we're going to try to hide the information from you for 75 years from.
And I have a crazy story about this. So a good friend of mine started the product, had very pleasant results, tells a friend and hits me up and say, hey, I have a friend that's going through some really crazy things. So I jump on a call with this person, and it turns out that this person goes in and out of paralyzation. So we're talking and I'm asking, okay, so this person has been to the doctors a lot and they have no clue why it's happening. And they're thinking that in some way, so this person is a bodybuilder, right? They're thinking that this person, it has something to do with training, that he's been training wrong or too hard, whatever the hell. But then they're not sure. And I'm just listening. And then we hung up and I didn't think about it first. And then I messaged him back and said, by any chance, did you get to Safe and Effective? Because we've been in this Safe and Effective group on X-Space where people are talking about what's going on with them after getting it, right? And so many of them have paralyzation. That's a very common one. So I texted the guy, I said, by any chance did you get this? Yeah, I had to for whatever reasons. I said, well, I'm going to give you an answer here. And you've been going to doctors for how many years? Okay, a few years. And they said they have no clue why it's happening. Well, I can tell you right now why it's happening. And if you want to, if you want more, not that it really matters why it's happening, like, let's see if we can make it better now. So I gave them all the information, haven't started yet, but I also shared the group on X where we have all of these people that got the Safe and Effective, where they're talking about what's going on with them, and so many of them have the exact same thing going on.
Dr. Shannon Kroner, if you haven't seen my Dr. Shannon Kroner interview, she was safe and effective. I'm just gonna say safe and effective injured, even though she didn't get safe and effective. I mean, it's just that. Let's all put it under one thing: safe and effective injuries, right? And if you haven't seen that interview on Rumble, she does her blood work to show that after excessively bleeding for 2 months, getting on the Betalin, the Diastenin, the Acemannan, she is now healthier than she's ever been, feeling better than she's ever been. She is a huge proponent of what we have going on here. So definitely check out Dr. Shannon Kroner. Her website is stoptheshed.com. You can get more information from her. We're going to save the world. We're going to change the world. We don't treat, heal, mitigate, cure disease, none of that. But what we do is we share information with you that has been out for 25 years. This is the world's most researched natural molecule on the planet. And when you understand what it does in the human body, there's no reason that not everybody will be on this product line. Yeah.
And we should also go through the Betalin technology. So the Betalin that comes from beets, which is also a part of all of this, which has antioxidant benefits, inflammation, cancer support, performance, sexual pleasure, heart health, detoxifier, blood sugar, immune support, brain memory, and more. There's a whole lot. So all of this, I'm saying, we have actual research, and anyone can get a hold of it. Just ask for it. We'll send it. Read your hearts out.
Everybody says that, Shilajit, sea moss. Everybody's going crazy for these natural herbs. And that's awesome, and I'm so grateful to be able to see that. But the next level of this is food technology. And if you want the best food technology on the planet, you need to check out what we're doing. Biohack your body with food technology. We're supposed to take science and then find what makes the food effective. And that is the safest way to be effective, to use the food. So if you want a safe and effective way to actually biohack your body and your immune system, better than anything else, take a look at what we're doing. And while you do that, you'll save money, you'll get healthy, and you'll save kids. And if you want to make some money, simply share it with some other people, help them get healthy, and then watch your ripple. And as your ripple grows, you save more children as well.
That's the motivation. I said only right when I started, like my first or second week, when I had started talking about it, I got an email where it said, congratulations, you just, nourished 80 children. And I was like, oh my God. And now it's a lot more, obviously. But that was like my first motivation right there. I was like, 80 children? Do you know how many children that is?
Now you get to see more.
Yeah.
Now you get to see some.
I
And
know.
you're helping.
I know.
Congratulations.
It's crazy.
It's
Very.
big.
Yes. And pups. As I said, there's so much to say about this. It's almost like I want to say everything,
You can't.
but we can't. It's
can't.
like we have to do one about just dogs. We need to do one about just autoimmune.
That's why.
We need to,
That's why I always try and keep things. We talked about it earlier about repeating things.
Yeah.
That's why, like, even our live today, you saw me get up at about after an hour and I was over it. And that's not because I don't respect the conversation.
No,
it's
I
not
know.
because
I
I
know
don't want.
it's a
It's just once we get to a certain threshold, people start tuning out. This
Yeah.
information is too important to tune out. So
Yeah.
I want you to come back for 30 minutes, or I want you to come back for an hour each time, because
Yeah.
you need to hear that. Why are commercials a minute to 2 minutes long, or some are even 30 seconds on the radio?
I mean,
And why do they keep playing them?
I know.
That is how it works. You have to hear information multiple times. That is how we get people to start. So that's why you don't want to go too long. That's why you don't want to
we cut it in
give
pieces.
it. That's why you don't want to give
I'm
it
about the 15 to 30 seconds,
Yep.
and just targeting subjects. So they said I did one the other day where I said no Botox, and that was like one of the days I had the most DMs from women. Wait, no Botox? What's going on?
Yeah. Well, first off, it's not good for you.
Yeah.
Secondly, why not do it naturally? As above, so below. Why not do it internally? Because your body knows how to use what you're giving it, and then you can look like Max or me, but probably not, because we're fucking beautiful.
They can be too, though.
Yes, absolutely. Look at Skunk. Skunk is now,
I said he's a very handsome man.
yeah, he looks good.
Yeah.
He looks really good. So, super happy for that man.
Right?
Well, Max, how do you want to close out? What do you want to tell the people?
I want everyone to have an open mind and consider doing this, and hit us up, join a Zoom call or something, get more information, come ask your own questions. Honestly, I think that's the most important thing, because come and ask, what do you want to know
90 days.
for this to sound like something for you, and regardless about anything, using the product, helping kids, working with it, whatever. What question do you have? What do you want fulfilled to jump on board?
90 days will change your life.
Yes.
Because every cell in your body will be different after 90 days. And you can't lower inflammation at a cellular level and pump your body full of stem cells and not have a result in some way, shape, or form, regardless if you feel it. If you get your blood work done, you'll be able to see that it's making a difference. So that's why 90 days change your life. Let's go save children.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Peace out.